Welcome to another Montana motorcycling adventure. Brought to you by All Moto Tire, Northwest Montana's best source for your motorcycle tire needs. Welcome back to our Beartooth adventure. In this episode, we travel from Red Lodge to Helena, Montana, again over mixed road surfaces. The plan is to cover about 250 miles. Okay, we're on the road again. We are headed for Helena. But first I had to tip it over in the parking lot, and thankfully a nice big strong guy from Oklahoma on a Harley came over to the rescue, helped me pick the bike back up. That was embarrassing. All filled up with fuel and ready to rock and roll here. A little GPS tracks trouble this morning. I think John's got it figured out, so we're going to follow him. Let's see if we get to our destination. The wind's blowing, the weather has moved in, and it is not going to be very warm today. So, buckle up, here we go. But Mother Nature had some different ideas. As we left Red Lodge, the weather, while not sunny and bright, at least looked as though the rain would hold off. This is in stark contrast to a sunny ride. Wait, hold it, said the Lady of the Skies. The gusty west winds were blowing the KTM sideways. Then it began to rain. John, being in the lead, decided to seek shelter from the storm. Well, I guess John has wisely chosen to beat out the windstorm. We followed John to the site of a brand new firehouse. Firemen came out to tell us that the storm was due to pass in 10 or 15 minutes. Hunkered down in the protection of that big brick structure, we were protected from the gusting winds and sleet. And the intrepid explorers are waiting for the storm to die down. Good plan, I think. Finally, the cell passed. The wind subsided, and we continued north. Well, the wind has died down enough that we're going to brave the highway. It was pretty nasty there for a while. Hopefully we're going to ride out of this stuff. Good thing is, I guess, the wind is drying out at least the center of the road a little bit. In the absence of pouring rain and sleet, I guess the wind at least provided some benefit. One of the perks of modern technology? The ability to switch ride modes and let the computer reduce power delivery and check unwanted wheel spin. Rain mode engaged. The other saving grace? My full climb adventure jacket and pants, and seedy Gore-Tex boots. They've not let me down yet. Vents open in the summer for cooling, bone dry in the wet weather. Some things are just worth the price of admission, as they say. As the miles slipped away, the ominous skies withheld their deluge. Because of the inclement weather conditions, we modified our route to cover more pavement and less gravel. That meant we'd head north toward I-90, but we did our best to avoid the big road and stick as much as possible to the old two-lanes. At Columbus, we hopped onto old US 10. One of our planned stops was the Gray Cliff Mill just east of Gray Cliff, Montana. I first became aware of the Gray Cliff Mill by watching a Magnolia cable channel and a series called Restoration Road starring Cliff Harp, a woodworker from Waco, Texas. Clint's show centers on telling the story of reclaiming timbers from old barns and buildings, predominantly in the northeast of the United States. These timbers are then used to construct beautiful structures such as homes and businesses. Such was the case of the now functioning Gray Cliff Mill and surrounding outbuilding. I'd sailed past this venue several times without stopping, so I made sure to include it on our route. About 13 miles east of Big Timber, Montana, the site is nestled at the base of the Gray Cliffs. In a park-like setting, The main building features a water-powered grist mill where visitors can enjoy snacks and coffee. We are at the Gray Cliff Mill, a market, and I have wanted to come here ever since I saw this place being built on Restoration Road. It's pretty cool. Adjacent to the mill is the gift shop and cheese cave. You can sample some of the cheeses they make on site. I briefly thought about picking up some of the tasty looking cheeses and goods in the store, but my lack of onboard refrigeration made me change my mind. A rather damp and dimly lit corridor at the west end looked interesting. My attempt to see the greenhouse at the other end was thwarted by a locked door. On scheduled occasions, guests can enjoy dinners featuring ingredients that are locally sourced. There are also several small and unique guest cabins on the property, available for nightly rental. The venue also holds special events. See the website for more information. After a hot cup of coffee and a pastry, and my brief tour of Gray Cliff Mill, it was time to get back on the road to our next highlight, Convict Grade Road. Convict Grade is mostly a gravel road that runs from about Springdale to the intersection with Highway 89. Local folklore says that it received its name back in the late 1800s or early 1900s when a group of prisoners escaped capture while being transported to prison. While this gravel road is only about 13 miles long, it would at least give us some great views and a change up from the extra miles of self-imposed detour pavement that we'd covered. As for the weather, the sunny skies and puffy white clouds wouldn't last. This is fall in Montana. Be prepared. Under threatening skies, we rolled into Wilsall and stopped at the vault. We are in Wilsall, stopping for lunch. Wilsall, as I was later told how to pronounce, is located in the Shields Valley, the namesake of which came from Lewis and Clark's blacksmith, John Shields. The town's name combines the name of Will and his wife Sally Jordan. A railway was developed in 1909 by the Shields River Valley Railway, which ran north from just east of Livingston to Wilsall. Will Jordan was instrumental in providing the right-of-way to the railroad and to the development of the town. Roughly paralleling Highway 89, the line was abandoned for good around 1985. For a tiny town of around 200 people, I thought the vault provided good food and great service. I would eat here again. Back on the road, it was encouraging to see patches of blue sky. Better not get distracted, though. Here comes a house. Ah! Well, this guy was certainly in a hurry. Up ahead in our direction of travel, the skies looked rather ominous. Coming up was a left turn to head west on Highway 12. I didn't capture the event on video, but I think a short distance later, Dan was applying the brakes to avoid a four-legged creature crossing the road. My original route would have taken us up around Canyon Ferry and then into Helena. However, Dan was experiencing quite a bit of fogging on his face shield. Kay, Bill, and John decided to ride the original route, while Dan and I opted to take the shorter route back to the hotel. Given the look of the storm cell to the north, I for one was glad we did. Somehow, I did not have the hotel address in my GPS. Dan cleared his face shield and ferreted out the info.
Do you have the hotel address on there?
No, but maybe, but I can find it. Find it?
What's that?
Were you looking for it?
I have the address.
What's the address?
1740 11th Avenue. Said it wrong.
Oh. Finally, all sorted out.
You're good, man. I'll follow you.
Yeah, I really wanted to go up there, but I'm ashamed.
You want me to do it now?
No, I'll wait till I get to the hotel.
Sure?
Yeah,
Right there.
no, I'm good. By this point, my neck and my back were killing me. I think I was ready to be done for the day.
If everybody wanted to go that way, I would have gone that way. I would have liked to have found a barn or something to like stop and clean this off. Up at the top there, it started steaming on the inside. There was water on the inside. I couldn't breathe. I'm still having fun though.
Yeah, you have to say you're having fun. Spoken in the true spirit of a die-hard adventure writer. Once cranked into the GPS, we were off to find the hotel and some food. Comparatively speaking, it was a short hop to Helena. Time for some R&R. Later that evening, we'd dine at a local Mexican restaurant, talk about motorcycles, riding, and general life experiences before heading back to the hotel for some shut-eye. Tomorrow would be the home stretch and the last leg of the trip. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and click the bell to be notified of future releases. We do appreciate it.